Former First Lady Barbara Bush will be laid to rest today. She died on Tuesday at the age of 92. Yesterday. Okay, so here's a strange theft. A woman steals a butterfly from the Crown Conservatory in Cincinnati. Police say
also April Fool's Day.
There's a special ingredient in there, guys.
She won't tell us what it is.
It's brown.
Like this. I did eat it. You can tell me what it is now.
Okay, we ate it this morning.
Yeah, I know you wouldn't do anything, but I'm keeping my eye on you. The Easter...
As you can see right there, so many of you have entered, and this morning we're introducing the big winner, dun, 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 Ty.
Hi, Ty.
Yeah, if you could just look at the outfit, okay, kind of like walk us through, like you designed a shirt. Yes. And then, isn't this so cute? Like, look at the little avocados all right here. So kind of like, you said you drew it all by hand, right?
Yeah.
Welcome back. A pretty unique race is working to raise awareness about PTSD. The Run Down the Demons 5K supports those in the military community who've already given so much to our country. Rodney Dunnigan has more. The best damn band in the land has a new drum major this morning.
That's right.
Now, the property owner is not facing any criminal charges, just a civil case in the environmental court. And he's expected to be back in court exactly 1 week from today, trying to fight to keep his property from the city.
Well, Jackie, why didn't the landlord just evict that tenant when he had issues with him months ago?
Well, the landlord says that he is a family man and that he wanted to give him a second chance, that he has 3 young kids, and said that his family had nowhere else to go. For now, reporting live here in Northwest Columbus, Jackie Orozco, ABC 6 News. Well, it's that time of year when Uncle Sam comes calling. Tax day is now less than 2 days away. So have you filed yet, Maria?
I have not. No, but...
This morning, one suspect is under arrest after an early morning standoff with the SWAT team. This happened on Oak Crest Road in East Columbus. Our camera. The wet and cold spring we've been having is causing some problems for farmers. Well, the driver did not want to speak with us on camera, but his family says it was just a horrible accident he couldn't avoid right here on this busy highway. Chef Scott Bass with a Catering by Scott joins us. All right, so let's get right to it. So
well,
what are we?
Happy Easter.
Yes,
so I got to give my girls. I don't have hear a peep out of either one of you. So you got your own little peep.
7th, but it feels like December 7th, right?
It certainly does. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Good Day Columbus.
Here's Maria and Jackie, and we don't want to see this guy at all today.
I'm very unpopular today. People are looking out their windows going, you got to be kidding me. Hey, who's this?
Look at that.
Oh, we're matching. It's my mom. She's here in town.
I forget her name. What's her name?
Maria.
Oh, yeah.
We have 2 Marias now.
I know, we have 2
What
Marias.
a great name.
It is
Welcome.
a great name.
Everyone, have a great Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, Mount Carmel hospital officials say that their safety remains the #1 priority, and this comes after that construction worker fell about 10 feet and was crushed in an elevator shaft. Luann Stoya hits the books and shows us the difference hands-on science education can make. Yeah, we were talking about the flutes. I thought this was so cool because I'm like, how do you, it's gonna fall over if you're having your champagne. So talk about this.
I love this.
This morning, there's an all-out manhunt for a convicted murderer. Police say the suspect just walked out of a Georgia courtroom right before he was convicted. Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther has written an open letter to Crew SC owner Anthony Precourt. Mayor Ginther says there are people in Columbus interested in buying the club. He also says he's committed to working with Precourt to keep the team here. Yeah, that house fire started around 4 o'clock this morning, and there is a chance that victims are trapped inside. New information on a controversial bridal store in Dublin. Not only is the store Elegant Bride closed, but the owner is being evicted, and some brides-to-be are paying thousands of dollars more on their wedding dresses. The eviction notice. Rapper. I was trying to rap her song. See, that's why that clearly failed. Rapper Cardi B is definitely winning, though. Her debut album, Invasion of Privacy, has barely been out for 24 hours, and some cats are scary, though. You know, they could be feisty.
Is your cat scary?
No, she's very loving.
Okay.
And does it really taste like dirty socks?
Well, Not that
so
I
you
know
tasted
what-
dirty
not that-
soccer
yeah,
ball.
not that I know what that tastes like. But
I like how he knows all these.
Well, what you would imagine it to taste like.
A national championship dancer and has big dreams on making it big on a Broadway, but nearly all of her dreams were shattered because of her spine. And joining us, Starbucks is apologizing after an arrest in one of their stores in Philadelphia, but the local police chief says he's not sorry. The arrest is at 68,
yes.
even though it's on a Monday, but it's going to be perfect.
That's our days off.
Yes. All right, so our Lisa Henry is literally running all around town, checking out some record stores. It's all Maria and I are talking about before the show this morning. I'm actually going to be watching it tomorrow. It's already Marvel's biggest preview opening ever. ABC's Chris Conley chatted with the movie stars. The Butterfly Project held an educational session to help some young girls find out about different career paths. It was all part of the Brave and Strong education session, and I got to serve as one of the mentors for the event, talking about careers in journalism. Organizers say this is a great way to get young ladies ready for a bright future and give them the advice they need for picking the right career path. Organizers say the event was a huge success and just the start for these young girls.
And your mom was there too.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yeah, there were so many people outside. We were just I was showing my mom around town, and she says Columbus is a very pretty city.
It is.
Yeah,
And
it
especially
is.
when you can get out and actually
That's true, and enjoy it.
without
Especially with the
the
sunshine.
snow and cold.
Some beloved family pets are in better health this morning thanks to OSU Vets in Training. It's all part of OSU. It happened right here where the aggressive geese started attacking folks at the school. Got so bad they had to cancel yesterday's track meet because Mama's protecting her nest.
As the adults went over to shoo those geese away, well, those geese weren't going anywhere.
Faculty and staff at Columbus Africentric Early College had to deal with some very angry geese.
Leaping towards and flying towards the individuals who were out there, the adults. That's when we noticed there was even an egg and a nest.
The nest is right next to the track, so the middle school track meet was canceled. School officials didn't want the 200-plus middle school student athletes to get attacked, too.
Our biggest concern was safety. I mean, if a goose is being that aggressive and going after adults, there's no way we're going to put 13-year-olds out there running track by it.
It's kind of scary. You've got this goose with these 4-foot, 5-foot wingspan coming at you.
Ohio wildlife experts say nesting season is from March through May, so you're going to see a lot of this.
The goose is hissing and is vocalizing that he's not happy with his presence.
This is one of the aggressive geese. Ohio wildlife says this is the wrong way to get rid of them. Shh. 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 And this is the right way. Go away. ODNR says it's never a good idea to run away from angry geese. You'll just make matters worse. Because I've had them attack me at the door.
Okay. So you just make yourself bigger, use a deep voice, and just slowly back away from the situation.
No,
if a
stay
goose is
away.
attacking you. No goose, no goose.
Or you can call the pros for help like Ohio Geese Control.
Ben is one of our primary tools, the dog.
Ben is specifically trained not to hurt the geese, just simply scare them away.
Ben thoroughly enjoys his job. All Border Collies love to have a job, and we're tapping into his natural herding instinct.
If all else fails, ODNR says don't feed them and stay away. In Columbus, Jackie Orozco, ABC 6 News. All right, so the Columbus Library System's largest branch will open this summer. It's a $15 million facility in Hilliard. I got a sneak peek at all the bells and whistles. 60,000 square feet of construction. The new Hilliard Library is located off of Leap Road, just south of Davidson Road.
In the last several years, we have been working to renovate or rebuild 10 of those, including main library. So this is one of them. And again, this is the only one that's unique in that it is being built from what used to be a senior living facility.
Nearly a dozen homework spaces, meeting rooms, and so much more.
So this used to be the swimming pool, which has since been filled in. We're now calling it the pavilion.
There will also be a cafe. This is how it'll look like when it's done.
So it's not just going to be about getting your books and leaving. It's going to be about, let's find a place to hang out.
The new library is only about a mile away from the old Hilliard Library. Residents can't wait.
We're anxious. We have 7 grandchildren, so we'll be bringing them too.
We really love this library, though. So we'll miss it from that standpoint, hoping that the new spot is even better.
This mom says she's excited to check out the new Ready for Kindergarten area for her 3-year-old daughter, Natalie. Do you like to read?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's it called?
A pumpkin.
Oh, a pumpkin? The current library will close a few weeks before the grand opening in June.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to that.
A lot of folks are. All across Central Ohio, police departments are working to get unused prescription drugs off the streets. Movie rental stores are becoming extinct and are almost impossible to find nowadays. One of the last movie rental stores in Central Ohio is closing up shop, but it's not because of poor sales.
And it was just a really form letter saying, hey, you have 30 days to get out.
Video Central store owner Hannah Groh says it was like a slap in the face.
And obviously, I was heartbroken and devastated and scared.
Groh says she got a letter from her landlord evicting her. She was on a month-to-month lease. She says she tried to negotiate more time or even buying the place, but it didn't work.
He wasn't interested in that. So that was a pretty quick conversation, actually. But yeah, we did try.
Instead of renting another space, Groh decided to sell everything. Selling 30 years worth of stuff, 18,000 DVDs. She sold about a third already.
I miss the physical media days.
But still has a long way to go.
We're just going to keep doing markdowns and markdowns until it goes.
Despite Hulu, Netflix, and other online streaming services, she says business was good.
You can always be making more money, but we were doing fine. It was going well, and it just was up to the landlord.
One after another. Customers showed their support, wishing this place wouldn't disappear like the rest of them.
Big loss to the community.
Any of these stores in the next couple of years will all disappear. Blockbuster went down for the count.
We used to come here years ago and rent things, but we hadn't been in here for a while. And we saw today that it was going out of business. Thought we'd come over and check it out.
Groh started working here since 2009 and bought the video store a few years later. She says it was never about the money.
This is very serious for you, very serious.
But the love for movies.
I hope that people just still love movies and love talking about movies. I think that's an essential part of what we were.
And Hannah says she will have to get out by the end of the month. Now, still to come, the crew continues to struggle for a win to break their losing streak. Phil has your sports headlines coming up. These are the 25 pages the owners of the Columbus Crew SC filed. They're fighting back against the state, saying the lawsuit is unconstitutional. The legal battle rages on. Attorneys for Major League Soccer and Precourt Sports Ventures are saying the state is unhappy, and the true owners of the Crew SC is not Anthony Precourt, it's MLS. Sports attorney Kevin Bragg with Shoemaker Law broke it down for us.
They're saying that that's going too far, that state government shouldn't have so much power as to be able to dictate the terms of a commercial relationship between a league and its teams.
Higuain on the free kick!
The state is using the Art Modell law to keep the Crew here. It was enacted in 1996 when the Cleveland Browns owner relocated his franchise to Baltimore. The law is designed to prevent sports teams who use tax-supported facilities from leaving, unless they get permission and 6 months' notice to the state and local governments. But court documents say the MLS never used any tax dollars, so the law doesn't apply to them.
In summary, what the defendants are arguing is that the Crew is the operator and MLS is the owner. And MLS did not receive any help from the state of Ohio in terms of tax benefits, and therefore the statute simply does not apply.
That's why the MLS filed this motion to throw out the state's lawsuit. But the Attorney General told us in a statement, quote, "We will strongly oppose this motion to dismiss and respond further in court." Bragg says even if a judge dismisses the state's lawsuit to keep the Crew here, the team may not necessarily pack up their bags and go.
Just because they may end up not facing this obstacle to moving, that doesn't mean there won't be other obstacles, both economic and business-wise, or other things that would develop that would keep the Crew here.
Both parties will be facing a judge right here on May 3rd. Reporting in downtown Columbus, Jackie Orozco, 6 News. CVS Health slammed with the lawsuit. 3 men from Defiance, Gallia, Delaware counties, all HIV positive, all blaming CVS for exposing their status.
They're very upset by the breach. Some of them, live in small towns.
According to the lawsuit, the three men named John Doe received a letter in the mail last August about their HIV-related prescriptions from CVS. Their attorneys believe as many as 6,000 clients in Ohio got a similar envelope. The problem? It had the letters HIV above their name and address in the envelope window where everyone can see.
As far as we know, this mailing only went to people with HIV. It doesn't seem like a real distinction that would matter to someone who saw this, like a family member, a letter carrier, and certainly, that person would not know CVS's explanation that this just refers to a program.
CVS told us protecting the privacy of their customers is their highest priority and went on to say this reference code was intended to refer to the name of the program and not to the recipient's health status. As soon as we learned of this incident, we immediately took steps to eliminate the reference code to the plan name in any future mailings. But Quillen says the damage is already done.
It could be on the order of $36 million, but we need more facts to know exactly what that number would be.
The plaintiff's attorney says CVS has until April 18th to respond to their lawsuit. We tried to get more details from CVS on when customers were notified about this possible breach, but CVS says they will not comment on pending litigation. This is what a lot of residents are dealing with. Not only was the barn flooded, but she said her basement was completely flooded, and she called the fire department to help her save her horse. But as you can see behind me, she couldn't wait because the water kept rising.
She was trapped in her barn in about 4 feet of water.
A scary morning for Debbie Sirocco and her 1,200-pound horse, Callie.
She was frightened. She was shaken because she's cold.
Her barn completely surrounded by rising water from the North Fork Licking River. This after the area got pounded with heavy storms Tuesday night.
I did call the fire department. They rescued her once before for me. But they've had so many calls with other flooding issues.
So she jumped into action to save her beloved animal.
I was able to entice her out with some hay and take down part of the fence to get her out.
Now she's staying in the garage.
Hi, Callie. Hi, baby girl.
Until she can find another barn.
Is that good? She says, now I'm real happy.
Sirocco says this time the flooding was much worse than years past.
This is so disheartening.
She showed us how her recently remodeled basement is completely ruined.
Goodness. A little more water than last time, but it just leaches. You can see the carpet's starting to float.
She says there's about $10,000 worth of damage to her basement.
My cabinets are all ruined now.
And she's not alone.
What we saw today was significant flooding into the Raccoon Creek area, which was just west of Granville, in this area here. We also saw significant flooding on the North Fork coming out of north of Newark.
That's where Debbie lives. She says it's the third time it's flooded here and maybe time to move.
I hope everybody else is safe that's out there dealing with the flooding, because it's been a rough month for me.
EMA workers spent the day watching the stream gauges and telling me that there was minor flooding throughout the county. They say they're in pretty good shape right now as long as it doesn't rain anytime soon, but we've been seeing snow throughout the day. For now, reporting live here in Licking County, Jackie Orozco, ABC 6 News.
All right.
Incredible. Neighbors say that they saw the man take off his jacket and use it as a rope, throw it in the river, trying to rescue his dog, hopefully that he could find it. But when that didn't work, the man then jumped in. That's when neighbors called 911, but it was too late.
The neighbor said that when she looked out her window, she saw a man going into the river after his dog. It was kind of trapped by the dam.
That's when neighbors started calling 911.
911, what is your emergency? There's a man drowning. I think he has drowned.
We were first on the scene to watch Worthington Police, Columbus Fire, and a dive team rescue the man out of the water.
Put in 2 boats in the water and tried to rescue the gentleman from the dam. They could see him trapped there.
Rescue crews say the man was underwater for at least 30 minutes. Neighbors know all too well how powerful the dam is in their own backyard.
It just has kind of an undertow, and it pulls you around in circles and kind of beats you into the dam wall in the icy water, and there's not much you can do.
Police identified the man as 67-year-old Joseph Charles Kreitz of Columbus. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Neighbors hope this tragedy will remind others to be careful when they're playing with their pets near any bodies of water.
When you let your dog run wild and then it gets into trouble and you have to rescue it, because everybody wants to rescue their dog, but it's a very dangerous thing when dealing with icy water.
And coming out live, you can see there's another man with a dog, because that's a public park. A lot of folks like to come out right here, and police say that the victim's dog is a chocolate lab and he's doing okay. And coming up at 6, we're going to hear more from neighbors why they say that they hope the city would actually get rid of this dangerous dam. For now, reporting live here in Worthington, Jackie Orozco, ABC 6 News.
Really, he died the way he lived, like selflessly helping other people, and that was just who he was.
Joseph Charles Kreitz, also known as Joe, a family man.
That classic sense of humor that he had. He truly was one of the funniest people I think God put on the earth, and we will miss that.
On top of being my dad, like, he honestly was my best friend.
Joe's other best friend?
Where are you going,
You're
girl?
a good girl, Brookie.
His chocolate lab, Brookie.
The love for that dog was immeasurable.
That's why these two were inseparable. And he gave his life rescuing Brookie when she jumped in the river Thursday morning.
We've discussed this scenario before. Like, if the dog got trapped, he's like, I'm going in after her.
First responders had a hard time getting to Joe because of this low-head dam at Antrim Park. They needed 2 boats to get him out of the water.
Firefighters, rescuers have gone in and got pulled into a low-head dam, and they now become victims. So it's very, very dangerous operation.
I obviously agree, like, how it turned out, dumb decision to go in the water, but like, I fully in my heart know that like my dad died like saving a member of our family, and like that's how the dog was viewed.
For years, a nonprofit group has tried to get rid of these types of dams.
This like hidden drowning machine there that people don't understand.
They want to make the areas around the Olentangy River safer, but it costs a lot of money.
To take out this dam would be $20 million because there's a sewer line running underneath it.
But the Kreitz say Joe did what any of them would do.
Again, you know, if he had it over, he would have done the same thing. And she's a joy, and we will miss him. Do we question his judgment? Mm-hmm. But we understand it.
We notice Brookie definitely misses her daddy, too.
It's just going to be a void that it's going to be impossible to fill.
Jackie Orozco, ABC 6 News.